Hey Summit Daily viewers, Antonio Olivero, sports and outdoors editor with the Summit Daily News, coming at you today from the Oro Grande Trailhead here just above the Dillon Valley neighborhood by the old Dillon water treatment plant water tank. You can see how popular this trailhead is in the summer, both with hikers and mountain bikers. Through the trees there, you can see the water tank. It's this terminus of the Oro Grande Trail where we're gonna hike today. Summit Daily dog Ruger and I up to, got to untangle his leash, just a little loop, kind of a novice loop of Tenderfoot Mountain. There's a great trail that switchbacks up the mountain here. Won't take us anywhere near the summit, but should be a kind of an ideal hike for a beginner hiker, someone looking to push themselves a little bit, maybe a tourist or visitor who is looking for a little bit of a challenge, but not something that's going to take up their whole day. It's ideal for sunset. We're going to hopefully loop it. Again, we won't go anywhere near the summit, but it's going to provide great views out and over Lake Dillon. So thanks for joining Ruger and I as we set out on one of his favorite trails. Been on this trail many a time. Anxious to see how busy it is this weekend. Beautiful kind of Saturday morning here, just past 10 a.m. as Ruger stops and smells the wildflowers, a bunch of them on the trail. Should be pretty busy, but hopefully we can get it done in a good amount of time. Also kind of showcase the kind of an experience it is for someone who's just looking for a nice trail run, that won't take too long and just get a good workout in. So do a little hiking, do a little running, and excited to get these views out and over Lake Dillon. So the first 1,200 feet on this kind of double track trail, you can see how wide it is behind me. You're really not going to gain any elevation. Again, ideal for trail running unless you want to warm up your legs, walk it. And then it's about, like I said, 1,200 feet of distance in. It's going to start to open up here from this canopy of trees to this magnificent outlook of Peak 1, a 10-mile range, looking over toward Buffalo Mountain and the Gore Range. As I come back to you, it's here we're at right. You're gonna come up to this kind of junction. The Tenderfoot Trail is what we're gonna continue on going up the mountain. The Oro Grande Trail, which continues more or less all the way into the Keystone area, is gonna continue at right. If you'd like to take a quick breather or stop for photos, or maybe on the way back, go hit that overlook as we hike up. You'll see it. That's an ideal overlook of Lake Dillon. That is a nice place for a snack or a meal, or it's a pretty quick hike, but whatever you're looking to do. But we're gonna head up, as I just said, to the left, up the Tenderfoot Mountain Trail. And so as you head up from that junction, you can see the trail becomes more single track like. A lot of hikers and dogs out on the trail today, enjoying is it August? Yeah, I guess August 1st. Wow, already Saturday here in the mountains. Be careful as you hike this trail. Like I said, it is popular among mountain bikers. So just always want to keep a head up, and if you have your dog off leash like I have Ruger right now, Rug, come here. Make sure they're always under voice command and within 10 feet of you. This is Forest Service trails, so if it's not wilderness, you can have your dog off leash, but always want to make sure that they're under voice control. All right, so a little over 3/4 of a mile in since the trailhead, we've gained, to give you an idea, about 300 feet, maybe close to 400 feet. The single track trail. Again, full out views of the vast majority of Summit County as you hike up this trail. It's not like immediate switchbacks where you're just gonna switch back and then immediately again switch back. Kind of switch back and then you get a nice little bit of trail like right here to hike along or walk along, run along. Again, this trail is ideal for a trail runner. It's looking to get a nice little workout in with amazing views, and ideal for pups like Ruger who just want to stop along the way and smell the wildflowers. It is worth noting that there are social trails that spur off of the Tenderfoot Mountain Trail, like right here a little bit after where we checked in with you last. We often hike here, Ruger and I, and he goes up this trail at left. You're gonna want to switch back to the right, as that's just a social trail. This is the formal trail that'll keep you ascending the Forest Service designated route. All right, so about 1.1 miles and nearly 500 feet of elevation gain into the hike. Stop to give Ruger another water break. Black lab like him heats up pretty quick in the sun, even if it's not super hot here in Summit County. And just be careful when you're hiking with your dog, especially if you have a black lab like Ruger with that black coat that soaks in the sun real good. Even if Tenderfoot Mountain on paper and for you might not seem like a super daunting hike, there is a lot of, just because you get those awesome views, a lot of open kind of open space above you and around you where the sun's going to beat down, and where you want to make sure you find some shade like this spot right here for Ruger, so you can lap it up and continue to hike comfortably. Right, Rug? You love this hike, don't you, bud? All right, we'll give you some more water. There you go, bud. There you go. A couple mountain bikers just passed us by. Just a reminder that this is a very popular trail amongst mountain bikers. Always keep your head up, be courteous, and be communicative. So about 1.5 miles and a little over 600 feet of elevation gain into the hike after you hike under the power line, as you can see, and through that wooden fence right there. You're gonna come to the junction of the Tenderfoot Trail, which we've been hiking on, Tenderfoot Trail number 76, which continues at left in a loop back to the parking lot where we began. You can continue on this trail, or you can hang a sharp right here and continue up what's called U.S. Forest Service Trail 9509, open to hiking, horseback riding, mountain biking, and in the summer it looks like motorized kind of motorbikes as well. So if you're just looking to do the loop, you're gonna continue straight here and not make this right. We're gonna head up there a little bit and then turn around to see what the views have in store for us at this junction. We will come back to this junction in a moment. All right, we've hiked in, I'd say, about 1/10 of a mile on this Forest Service trail. I believe it's 9509. Nice single track, I'd say ideal for mountain biking. As you can see, not as crowded as the Tenderfoot Trail, as Ruger's enjoying it. Because we're losing some elevation and it doesn't seem like it's really gaining any elevation up on Tenderfoot Mountain, we're gonna turn around and get back to that Tenderfoot Trail, I believe number 76, and continue back on the loop, back to where we parked our car. So yeah, might do a little trail run to get back to that trail. We'll have Ruger lead the way. We've gotten back to the Tenderfoot Trail proper. As you can see, the views out of Summit County. We're going to continue this way. It's worth noting we did at this junction just come across a dirt biker. So again, just a reminder that this is a trail used by many different kind of recreators. So we're going to continue through here to loop back around to our starting point, and should be a fun little trail run as we finish it up. About 2.6 miles and almost 700 feet of elevation gain into our hike. We're nearing the end of the loop. We come to a junction coming in from the right. This is U.S. Forest Service Trail 9516, which you can see here. We just hiked along the Tenderfoot Trail right here to this junction, and Rug and I are going to continue along down to our car, hiking in this loop fashion. So taking a break from our trail run, we're about 3 miles into this loop hike, a little bit more, including our jaunt up that one Forest Service trail before we turn around about 1/10 of a mile in. Just look at how beautiful these aspens are. This segment of the trail as you descend back down to the trailhead at the tank. In the fall, I can only imagine how beautiful this hike is for, well, this trail is for hikers and also mountain bikers. Just really, really nice here. And I will say, on the way back down, we've been trail running most of it, and there's been a much better kind of canopy of trees to keep you in the shade for you and your dog. So if you hike this in the direction we came, or if you choose to do it in reverse, just be aware that this side of the hike, this Tenderfoot Mountain loop, will have much better shade from the sun. And it's here as Ruger's ready to lead the way through this gate, where we're going to continue to the left here. As you can see, coming on the Tenderfoot Trail, the trail continues at right towards Straight Creek down in Dillon Valley. We're gonna come here at left through this gate to re-access where we started. Go on, Rug, go on. He's enjoying some shade time. To re-access where we began by the water tank. Run with you here and run with Rug as we take you into this gorgeous view. Go on, Rug, you got it. Come on, lead the way, bud. So as Ruger and I continue to hike down this trail to the water tank and our starting point down below, I'll say I highly recommend this hike for a sunset hike. I do it in reverse of the way we showed you. So coming up this exact trail as we're walking down, we'll get to the junction and you'll see how you can start up to the left rather than continuing straight on Oro Grande Trail the way we came. I think it's a perfect sunset hike. Come up the way that I came down and time it so that you reach that sunset at the top of near the power line and that kind of gate and fence there right at peak sunset. Take it in and then use the sunlight and the moonlight on that more open part of this Tenderfoot Mountain loop to guide your way down. Always want to bring a headlamp just in case. But I like during the day hiking it this direction because you can kind of hike the majority of the way up. If you're fit enough, you can certainly trail run up the way we came with those little bit steeper switchbacks. And then once you get to the top and your legs are warmed up and you know you're eager to get down for lunch, some beers, something like that, you can trail run down like we have most of the way. So yeah, I'd say this trail is great for wildflower viewing, great for expansive views of the greater Summit County area, great for hiking with dogs, especially that shaded portion, great for a sunset hike. It's hard to lose the trail. Just those couple spots I showed you, you're going to want to keep an eye out for. Ideal for something as part of your day rather than a full day hike. Great hike for more novice hikers, people who maybe aren't in the strongest of shape or are just visiting. Really a great hike, although the trailhead is busy, as you can see. So 3.3 miles, including the spur we went on up that trail briefly, and about almost 700 feet of elevation gain, closer to 650 feet of gain into our hike. We come back to the Oro Grande Trail. As you can see, Rug's ready to lead the way back to the car. He found the shade, and you can see how busy it is. Some mountain bikers getting ready to bike down this trail, which is a main vein here in Summit County. You see all the cars parked here. But as I was saying to you guys, if you want to hike it in the reverse direction rather than at the start continuing straight the way we came, you can climb up here to the left and gain up to that shade up there and then come back down the reverse way. So yeah, there's a lot of options on this loop trail, but just wanted to show you guys that as we round off this hike. Thanks for joining Ruger and I.